Welcome to today's live stream, you guys. We should be live right now. If we are live and you hear us and you can see us, go ahead and put 2 thumbs up in the chat. Just give me 2 thumbs up and like the video because we know that YouTube really doesn't like anything to do with drones, it seems, these days. But we are still here, we're still flying, and we're kind of wading through all the regulations that are happening right now and future regulations. But we love this hobby, and that's why we're still here doing it. And with that said, today is a very exciting day because, as you can see right back there on the shelf behind me, I've got the Catalyst Machineworks Merica right there waiting to give to one of you guys. It's going to be yours, and I'm going to ship it to you for free. So you should hang out for a few minutes while we have a chat and we get to the winner. I'm going to randomly select a winner from all of the comments from the past month on the channel. I'm also happy to say that, and we should just go ahead and get right into this. We have a brand new drawing coming up for the next 30 days on the channel. We're going to talk about that giveaway again, and I'm going to give back to the FPV community again because that's what we should do. We should keep giving you guys drones and not just like some little toy junky China drone. We're going to give you an FPV racing and FPV freestyle drone. So I'm going to do that as long as I can, and maybe we should do some DJI on the next go round. So if I'm feeling generous, I might throw in a DJI FPV drone next time. But let's talk about what that is going to be. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get into that. I do want to make that the next giveaway. Okay, so I'm gonna make that happen. I'm gonna give away a DJI Air unit or maybe a Cadex Vista. If you guys have goggles too, let me know in the chat if you have goggles 2 or goggles 3. Just put it right in the chat which ones you have, and whatever we could probably have a poll on the channel just to make it fair to see who has what version of the goggles. If you guys have goggles 3, man, I might be having to part with an O3 or an O4. But if I can get that going for you guys, I will give away an O3 or an O4 if I really have to. So the other option would be, if most people have goggles too, then we could go for the Cadex Vista or the Air unit. But the O3 will also work with goggles too. So we'll see what we can come up with. But we're definitely, whichever VTX it is, we should give away a DJI FPV drone the next go round, just because DJI is on the chopping block, and I think that would be really exciting. So, and I think you guys would find a lot of value in that. Let me know in the chat if you think that's a good idea, or you think we should just fall back to another analog. One of the reasons that I gave away an analog drone this past month and today in this live stream is because it's pretty future proof. So you don't have to update it. You just have your pair of analog goggles and you you turn that bitch on and you go fly it, right? So Cam the Trader's asking how you enter in any giveaway on this channel. All you have to do is like, comment, subscribe, let me know where you're from. If you don't let me know where you're from, that's that's going to be an issue. So we need to know where you're from. I'm not collecting data. I'm not Chat GBT. I'm not AI. I just want to know like where people are from, so I can get to know you guys better. So we are going to. I'm confirming right now that I am going to give away a DJI FPV drone that is going to be uh, likely either a bind and fly or one you have to add a receiver to, and we're going to announce that on the channel in the next couple days. So maybe by tomorrow, if I can really get into which drone I want to give away for you guys. I think that would be super cool. And yeah, Guy Actual says hit the like button now. Definitely hit the like button. Spokane Valley, what's up, Mr. Bo? Paul Eunice, welcome to the chat. Ali, welcome to the chat. Kim, welcome to the chat. Michael, welcome to the chat. A-Run Vlogs, welcome to the chat, brother. Cam the Trader, welcome. Jeff Hagus, RO Toy. Mark, welcome to the chat. Jay's Way, welcome to the chat. Florida in the house. I wish I was in Florida surfing right now because it's warm water, and I would like to have about a 7.5 foot fun shape board so that I could paddle into those ankle breaker waves and ride them to the beach. Now, that's a good day, like an all day at the beach, just surfing and riding waves. That's what I used to do before I did YouTube. But hopefully you guys are all doing good out there. We're surviving all this crap that's happening. I mean, it's a wild and crazy time right now. We're facing, first and foremost, you can go to our website and you can look at dronecamps.com. Look at the new article that we just posted. We've been doing a lot of drone news and trying to keep you up with everything. And so now we added a news section on the website, just making this website more useful for you guys all the time. So you have kind of a go-to place for information, deals on quads, and now we have drone news right on the website. So it's pretty cool. Up at the top of the page, let me show you real quick. Let's see if I can make this work. Right at the top of the page, you will see a new link. Okay. Oh, it's not showing up. My plugin for OBS is not working. Let's see. Let me try something else here. It's probably gonna crash if I try to do something extra. So anyway, go to dronecamps.com. OBS is not playing correct, but I'm afraid I'll crash it if I try to change anything in OBS. It's been really weird lately. I think I need to update it or something. Welcome Nathan to the chat. Terry, Dirty Nachos FPV. I love it. Pearland, Texas. That's awesome. We just had a giant pile of garbage nachos the other night, and I don't know if you guys make garbage style nachos, just where you just throw anything and everything in there, pickles and whatever. Just load it up, just pile on the shit and go to town. Heck yeah, ISG, welcome to the chat. Thank you, bro. Thanks for the compliment. Cam Trader asking if he would recommend, or if I would recommend walk snail system for real estate shoots. Better yet, how about the GoFilm 20? I do. So yes, I do think that the walk snail, especially the GoFilm 20, would be a good choice for some real estate videos. I do. I love that little drone, and I would make that drone. I would make that one of my film rigs if I was going to do some pro cinema. Because it's small, it can fly and navigate tight spaces, even like the smallest real estate places that you have to go, and you can make really cool gaps. I used something similar on a shoot I did a while back, and I was able to fly through like this really expensive light that they had in this office, and it just made a really cool like pan around the room and then fly through the light type of thing. So um, the smaller of the Cinewhoop you can use, the more unique shots you can make. Now, Guy Actual asked if I would go that way over a Cinnabot. I don't think I would. I don't think I would go. I think I would get a Cinnabot 25, Gap RC Cinnabot 25 with an 04 on there over the um, over top of the Go 20. And one of the reasons why is because you know we are facing the DJI ban, but here's my takeaway for the DJI ban coming up. Now, DJI could be very emotional about this when this happens, and it's likely to occur. Okay, so I'm going to get real with you. I think that the current sentiment in DC with lawmakers currently is that they may get rid of DJI. Now, when they do that, I think there's going to be a wave of unusability that follows. And this is my own, suspicion, my own, um, just looking at this from where I stand. I don't have any relations with DJI. I don't talk to them on the regular. We used to talk a lot, and then uh, I wasn't a big enough influencer for them anymore, so they moved on to people like iJustine. They traded me in for the millions and millions of follower maximum influencer impact so that they could sell more drones. Unfortunately, and so I do think that there may be some possible issues with flying, say, your DJI Mavic 3 or the 3S. I think that we could run into some issues if DJI becomes emotional and wants to prohibit, or if you updated your drone to a new version, it may say that they can easily click and come up with something that could say you're in a zone where this drone is non-operational, right? They could come up with something like that because it has GPS on it, so they can triangulate where the drone's taking off from. If they decide that it's not appropriate for their drones to function in a certain country, DJI has the capability to do that. And if they are emotional, if they pull emotion on their sleeve after they get banned from the US, then they can pull the trigger on that with their type of uh, tech and firmware updates. So my suggestion would be not to update it right away. Fly what you got as long as you can. There could be the forced update situation as well. So it could say you're not allowed to fly until you update it. So getting to my point about the O4s and the O3s and Cadex Vistas and the air units, so unless they did it through the goggles, I don't think that the O3s and the O4s could be subjected to the same type of thing where, say, my Avata 1 or my Avata 2 says, hey, I'm in the United States. Sorry, can't fly. Leave the United States to fly me. Go to Canada or a country that we can sell from. So I don't know. I'm skeptical. Uh, I am worried that I'm not going to be able to fly my Avata 2 because I do love my Avata 2. I hope it doesn't become disabled um, starting in January 2026 if this DJI Autel ban goes through. But we will have to wait and see how DJI reacts. Okay, and so that's my thinking with DJI's past emotional reactions to the federal government's response and way they've been handling it. Okay, so DJI has been doing everything they could to kind of mitigate, like, hey, here's our encryption, and now we're not contacting the servers anymore for the enterprise drones. We allow them to operate inside their own contained ecosystem, and we're no longer tapping into that. There's no backdoors, and so on and on. So yeah, and there's been a lot of talk about maybe you could use a VPN and trick your drone into thinking that it's in Thailand or something like that. Who knows? Maybe you can do that. I don't know. Um, Pretend that you're in Poland. Pretend that you're in Czechoslovakia. Let's get some likes for the chicken mug. Come on. We're big fans of chickens on this channel. Chicken coop. I had to go out this morning. I haven't given you guys a baby chick update in a while. The chicks are now, I think they're at the teenager stage. They're, they're getting pretty tall. They're not quite as tall as the big girls yet, but we're hoping to integrate them soon. Yeah, just letting all you guys get settled into the chat and talking a little bit about DJI, what my feelings are about that. Welcome to the live stream if you're just getting in. We haven't quite announced yet who the winner is, but we have talked about giving away a DJI FPV drone for the next giveaway. And I think that's so appropriate timing for that. And one of the reasons I want to do that is because I think that, the air unit, the Cadex Vista, Some of the other iterations of the Vista and the O3 and the O4, I think that those units will probably continue to work after there's a DJI ban. I hope. Because if all of my shit behind me on the wall back here stops working with my DJI Goggles 3, I would be pissed. I would be super pissed. I don't know what I would have to do. I might have to be like Jim Carrey, go in the bathroom and kick my own ass. I would not be stoked about that, especially if it's some type of government regulation type blowback that just, you know, puts a blanket of shit over the entire FPV community. That would suck for all of us. Right? We're already dealing with enough crap in the world to have to get regulated out of our goggles. Because we're doing this for fun. And that's why we're all here. Um, I do have a really cool pair of goggles that just got released for review coming up. iFlight just released the SkyViz goggles. I do have them here. Haven't opened them up yet. Haven't looked at them personally. I have the box here, and let's open it together. If I can get it in the camera, almost looks like a pair of goggles 2 or goggles 3, or kind of like a combination of goggles 2, 3 with the Orcas, right? It's got the angular design on it, LEDs on the front, flip up little antennas. Ooh, check this out. There's a flap with nothing under it. Um, and then there is this, which is kind of nice. Check this out. It's a pretty nice little case. So these goggles are not cheap either. They're like $4.79, and yeah, they're not cheap. I had to actually pay. I don't know if it was iFlight just didn't cover the cost for me, but I had to pay like $87 to be able to receive this box. So that's kind of whack, and that's something to probably to do with tariffs and all this shit that's going down. Just another just huge kink in business in general. This is ridiculous. Wide strap, which is cool. It's kind of a cool texture on there, right? And then they have this cable, which this looks pretty nice. And the cable feels nice and feels like a nice type of quality plastic, whatever this is, rubber feel to it. It feels softer than the typical XT 60 connector, but it also has this like beefed up end on here. This is pretty cool. If the camera will focus on that. How good are you, camera? You're pretty good. All right, so XT60 there with a little bit beefed up. Can't really focus that close, but pretty nice. Typical, looks like 3mm barrel connector on here, and these are the goggles. Wow, they feel definitely lighter than anything DJI is making. Um, so these look pretty cool. I like the way those antennas sit back like that. That's pretty cool. It's a nice looking pair of goggles, and oh my god, these look nice. The padding on here looks primo. I don't think I've ever seen such a cush looking padding on any pair of goggles before. This is more padding. I feel like they stick out a little too wide on the side of my head though. I can see a little bit of light leak left and right, so I'm gonna have to adjust these. I'm sure they're adjustable here on the sides. Sometimes what you can do is you can stick a little piece of foam in there and just kind of have them squish to the side of your head better. Um, but yeah, those are gonna be nice. And I'm wondering if these are gonna replace my Sky Zone 04X, because right now I exclusively use Sky Zone 04X. Um, but one of the things that I think you should consider, and we've talked about like, preparing for any type of drone bans or what to do next, what to stockpile. I've been trying to get all that information out there for you guys so you know. Um, and my feeling is that I'm preparing myself. This is weird. This is weird. Okay. It's like I'm preparing myself to like fall back to analog in a way because it's I think analog FPV is the most future proof type of FPV system in the world because you don't have to update it. Like I think going forward, you guys, if we went back to analog, fuck it. I mean, like I feel like I don't get me wrong. I love HD. I love everybody loves HD. It's really nice. It's great. Should I get Walk Snail or should I get HD0? And also, I've bone picked with HD0. I've been trying to contact them for like months, and they don't message me back. I don't know what the deal is with HD0, but I'm about to give up on HD0 or talking about them because apparently I don't know if they just don't like our channel. Uh, or they just have really bad customer service. I don't know. They don't message me back at all. I go on their website and I'm like, "Hey, HD0, love to chat with you guys. Saw the new goggles come out. Everybody and their dog has reviewed them. We would love to show them off here on the channel. I have a pair that Emacs sent me because a year ago we tried to get in touch with HD0 and the same thing happened. They didn't respond. I couldn't review a quad that I got sent that had HD0 on it. And ever since the first version of HD0 binocular style goggles, uh, they've just not wanted to send us anything to check out. And that's super unfortunate because I'm a huge fan of HD0. Um, but I may put some more effort into trying out my walk snail stuff because Cadex has sent me a ton of walk snail stuff. Um, and I've been honest with you guys on all fronts of walk snail versus my HD0 experience. It's been easier for me to just hook up HD0 and fly it. Walk snail's been more of a pain in the butt to update. My avatar goggles drive me a little bit crazy. Um, I've had to firmware update them. There's been issues that I have with linking them to the VTX and on and on. So I was really interested to get with HC0, but maybe we just have to move on, and we will keep talking about your options going forward because um, who knows? HC0, if you're out there, Marco. But I think that in the future, if you are looking to get something that can be future proof, that won't all of a sudden uh, stop working for you because you're an American, I think that it's impossible for them to shut down an analog system. It's not like they're gonna um, turn off your VTX or something. They can't do that. The only thing that could shut down your analog system or even an HD system would be the coming counter drone technology. Counter drone technology will be in every American major city or already is on some new levels coming up that will definitely be protecting um, areas that need to be they need to be off limits for drones, right? We shouldn't be flying our drones around um, sensitive, critical infrastructural type places, courthouses, prisons, things like that. We've talked about that for over a decade. You can see my original public safety drone pilot guide that we released in 2014. We talk about all that common sense stuff, but you guys know all that. But yeah, they're going to have counter drone tech. So that could actually uh, stop your analog drone from giving you a video feed. Yeah, it's like a government level type of jammer, right? So as the world changes and everything, people are worried about different types of modern warfare, FPV drones being part of that, then jammers become part of the norm. And if you've ever been flying near a military base, any type of drone, like say a DJI drone, sometimes like we've had reports of people having like a flyaway with a DJI drone, and that may have been because they were doing some bombing testing or some virtual, like not virtual, but like jet fighter types of simulations where they're playing around with their $100 million jet, and they're playing jam between each other from aircraft to aircraft and simulated battles or whatever, and it could make your DJI drone go on the fritz. When I first started drone camps out on in North Carolina, we really not too far from near the Pamlico Sound where there's a bombing range. They play all kinds of war games and stuff out there. And, we see them all the time out there. Sometimes at night you'll see the guns flare. It's pretty cool. It makes a really cool sound. But being that close to like a bombing range, sometimes you might have your GPS go on the fritz if they're playing around with that stuff. And I had a friend of mine, like he had bought a drone from our store, and all of a sudden his drone just flew away over the ocean and just kept going and never came back. So we contacted the company, which was Horizon Hobby at the time, and they sent him a brand new one, which was really nice because the QX350 had no shielding on it whatsoever. That GPS was just wide open, and so you never know like what's going to happen around. You got to be careful around the military bases and stuff. We had some people return their drones because they're like, "Oh, I live right next to an Air Force base." I'm like, you should get in your car and drive as far away from that place as you can get out in the country somewhere and go fly your drone and get away from people. But I appreciate all you guys' comments and everything in the last couple weeks, the videos that we've been releasing. I've been able to review some really cool stuff. I had a ton of fun recently with Flywoo's new 1S Firefly 16. That little whoop is so much fun. It's kind of like a fun little whoop that you'd have around the house. It's like an all-around whoop that's very easy to fly. And Rotor Riot be selling fiber optics fiber systems soon. Oh man, the world's crazy. Um, yeah, a guy actual says he lives near Raytheon. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be flying anywhere near there. But there'll be some no fly zones coming up, which will be it'll be kind of like a probably be kind of like a little bit of a geofence for anyone to fly, because no one should be flying near a military base or even approaching it. They should put, in my opinion, I think they should put a couple mile border around every single military base. Who knows? Maybe they'll do the 5 mile rule. You know, you have to have a hell of a camera to zoom in 5 miles. You'd almost have to have military spec grade camera to be able to zoom in and spy on a military base from that far away. And I don't think a DJI Mavic could zoom in 5 miles. But I'm not against that. I'm for that one. You got to have security where you need security. But it would suck if you're a drone pilot and you live near, say you live in Pensacola or something like that. Pensacola has a couple uh, bases there, and so you would have to get in your car and do some driving. But I always tell people, get in your car and drive, like leave town and go outside of town somewhere where you can find some big open fields and where it's not near a farm where the farmer's crazy and might shoot at you. Because back in my day, farmers would shoot at you. I don't really think they do that anymore. At least they fire a warning shot. Just close enough so you'd hear it zip by. Like, okay, oh shit, let's get out of here. That's how they do it down in Georgia. But yeah, so with the DFA, one of the things with the DFA, the digital flight authorization thing, was identifying the person flying and then what the purpose of the flight was. So probably just like a brief description of like what it is you're actually doing. You could lie, but you shouldn't lie to the federal government, because then that would be probably be some type of felony. I don't know. Not a good idea. Maybe they could give you a virtual Bible to put your hand on. I solemnly swear that this flight is a tiny whoop flight. Oh my God, I just said tiny whoop. Have you noticed that I've avoided the tiny whoop drama? I don't know. You guys are probably neck deep in some of that tiny whoop drama. I don't know if guys on my channel know much about it because I haven't talked about it. Um, I saw another person of channel, which we do not speak of on this channel, make some comments about it, but I'm not gonna choose sides, and I'm not gonna get into it. And one of the reasons is I know very little about whatever that drama is, so I hate that shit. I have my own lane, and it's right here, and I'm just fine in my own lane. This is a wide enough lane for me to travel in. And I don't really think that it benefits you guys really, honestly, to for me to to go down those types of roads, because we have too much stuff to talk about, like too much cool new shit coming out all the time. Um, and I'd rather be doing giveaways and reviews and drone news and stuff like that. Yeah, Erend, if you're interested in that type of soap opera, you can go check it out on Facebook. That's where all the drama is usually happening, on Facebook, which I try to religiously avoid these days. How's it going, Johnny DRC? Welcome to the chat, brother. Yeah, I really try to avoid Facebook. I think it's pretty evil. I'm not a fan of Facebook. Facebook could be the Antichrist. Goggles Integra, Goggles 3. I'm from the UK. Nice. Shout out to our UK brothers. Yeah, I'm no drama Obama over here. Yeah, I lived for 10 years down in Georgia. I know how they do it. Nobody in Georgia plays around when it comes to farms. You don't want to be walking around where you're not supposed to be. I would assume it's the same in Idaho, but I've not spent much time in Idaho. Benny Bravo at Drone Camps RC. How do we get the helicopter? It's not a helicopter. It's a quadcopter. Years ago, when I first started this channel, people used to get on me when drones first came out, and drones, because everybody was picking fights about what to call it. It's a multi-cop, it's a multi-rotor, it's a multi-copter, and I just called myself Drone Camps, because I came from kiteboarding. We did kiteboarding camps, and then I wanted to definitely teach people in the same type of way, in the same instructional format that I did teach people to kite surf. So I thought camps was a cool, and plus I'm a fan of camping. I think it's fun. Benny Bravo, you joking? All right, brother. Good to know that. But I used to call them copters because, in fact, they are quadcopters. So if you remove the quad from it, what are you left with? Copter, right? Quad copter. It's not a copter. It's what the hell I say it is. I'm Drone Camps. Screw you. Johnny D, technically, this one back here is not a quad. It's a hexacopter. And guess what? It's still a copter. Right on CFPV. You've been subscribed for a few years now. Awesome. Appreciate that. I I have not followed a lot of the regs in the UK. I'm not very familiar with it, but I should know more about it. I should research it more, and it might benefit people in the UK to have me talk about some of that in our news. I think that would be beneficial for a lot of people. Just more education on these regulations, the better, I think, for all people around the world, wherever you fly. Because the smarter you are, the more you know, right? Unicopters. Actually, if you look back behind, there is one back there. You see that green back there? That's my favorite heli buried in all those quadcopters and Hexa back there. It's behind the Typhoon H. This is the Typhoon H plus. And just behind that is a Huey, single rotor. Dennis Smith, thank you Drone Camp for the videos on setup for the Mod 7 V2 and the Mark 5. Huge use for us beginners. You're welcome. Glad I could do those. We're gonna do some more setup videos coming up. Guy Actual says, didn't you used to fly helicopters before quads? I did. I was a heli guy for probably about 10 years. Before that, I was a plane guy. I've always been some type of RC guy. Started out like everybody with RC cars when I was a kid. Balsa airplanes in the front yard, making my own little planes. We used to have these things called white wings that were super awesome. I built a lot of models when I was a kid. I constantly had like Duco cement. If you guys remember the green tube of Duco, I used to make finger flip boards before they actually sold them in stores and stuff. We would cut shapes out of skateboard magazines and we would break apart our Matchbox cars. And I would take little plastic tees from my model kits and I would sandpaper them down with little angles on them, and then I create like a little crossbar that came down to the skateboard, and I would create a little tiny pair of trucks, sit those wheels on top of the trucks and kind of glue them down and put grip tape on the top, and I would have like a Tony Hawk finger flip board made out of like several layers of like what do you call that? Thicker, not cardboard, but forgot what the hell they call it. Cardstock. So I do like 5 layers of cardstock, thin cardstock, and it would create like a skateboard deck shape kind of thing. And you kind of mold it to what shape you want, like put concave in it. I was one of those kids. And then when they threw me in school suspension, I would be sitting there in the cube, like with a piece of paper taped up, like a little quarter pipe in the corner, and I'd be playing with my little finger flip board. I think I remember I got caught one time and they took it away from me. My only little tiny window of pleasure in a cubicle for the entire day. The other kids were throwing scissors into the blackboard, into the cork board or something. Back in the middle school days, I don't know if I was a cool kid. I was probably somewhere in the middle. Man, we made all kinds of stuff. That's the thing. Like kids these days, like they make a lot of crafty stuff. We were making stuff that we could shoot each other with. That's the difference between like Generation X and Alpha. They like I tell people sometimes we don't fight on the internet. We fought in person. FPV Candy, I am about to announce the winner. We just been going over some things, getting settled here, letting people get settled in. Um, because what I want to do is I want to reveal the winner when I had dropped all the information for the next giveaway to everyone in the room. We're gonna give away a DJI FPV drone, not the $1,000 one that's like with comes with a remote and the goggles and all that stuff. Not that one. Um, that one we're going to give away eventually on when I reach the last 100,000. I mean, I did like a huge 100,000 subscriber count. So we're still in the run-ins for that one. So we still are gonna do that giveaway. It's been like 2 years has been trying to reach that level. Um, but we are gonna give away for the next drawing. Like I wanna level this up, and I also want to give you a DJI drone because they're so damn hard to find right now, so hard to buy. Um, and they're out of stock everywhere. So I think I should give one away. I think it would make someone super happy with the current state of not being able to, not being able to get DJI anything. It sucks. You can't even go on DJI.com and order something. Notify me. Yeah, DJI, notify me in 25 years when I can buy a new DJI drone. Because look, right now, they're going to release the Avata 3. And do you think it's going to be for sale here in the US? Mute your microphone for a second, I'll tell you the answer. Fuck no. Just be ready for that. Get your goggles. If you're trying to get DJI goggles, get your goggles, right? Get your goggles. Um Guy Actual's asking if I checked out the Flywheel 155-degree adapter for the O4 Lite. Yes, I have 3 of them. Um and it's awesome. Um Flywoo is so smart to listen to our feedback. I mean, and this is the thing about FPV companies. Talked about this for years. If you're brand new to FPV, you need to know this. Whatever you say on Facebook, in the groups, or making a comment on this channel, all of these companies read the comments and they take note of what you guys say in the community. It's pretty awesome. Like, if I'm like, oh, I wish I could get uh, a Cinewoop version of whatever quad, or I wish they would make a bigger Cinewoop. Like a while back, we said, "Oh, I wish we could get a larger Cinewoop," and they made the Protect series because they were making all these small ones, and I just wanted a big 6S beast like Cinewoop. So it's cool that they listened and they made that wide angle adapter because everyone complained about it having a narrow field of view, right? And they did it. They made an adapter kit. It's awesome. And it gives more protection for the camera. It has a housing that comes with it. And I think it's 7 grams weight. So it's not super, super heavy. Big shout out to Texas. I need to come down and visit Texas and eat some barbecue and shoot some skeet or just shoot anything. Appreciate it, Bobby. Thanks for the comment. Man, I have a pile of stuff over here to review for you guys. So, I tried to stay positive about everything, even though it seems like the sky is falling. I've not said the sky is falling, but I'm trying to give you guys direction on like um, what to do, what to get, my my feelings and thoughts to where what might happen. Well, I could sort of it's kind of like being a weather forecaster. It's like you see the system coming and you see it from so many different angles with regulation and sentiment in DC and interactions between companies and the supply chain of hobby stuff being like dropped down to almost nothing. But in all that shitstorm, I've been trying to stay positive and like, hey man, you guys, we're gonna keep doing this. And even if we have to fly the cheapest drones out there, we'll still have like our, our club. Like we're still going to have our group of dudes who enjoy this. Um, and RC airplanes and RC cars. And I like it all. So if I can't do one thing, I'm going to do another. I'll fly paper towels. I can make sticks fly. Yeah, stompers, man. Stompers were air and gover, so we had stompers 4x4, made some tracks. Heck yeah, I remember that. I wish I had a replica of a stomper that was like this big that I could just set back there on this bench right there. That's like one of the most iconic things I remember playing with, and you couldn't even control it. You just turn that bitch on and it would just go straight, and it would go over anything. I've had a Johnny D said I will never stop flying. I have had a lot of people lately tell me that they will fly till they die, no matter what happens with things. Now, the shitty thing is that if you're in the US right now, it makes I think it makes drone pilots more paranoid about going out to do a simple flight. Like normally, we can go out and fly and not worry about too much stuff. And now everything's so polarizing that it makes it feel like you have a target on your back from some person who may be drone paranoid. Uh, like in the Homeland Security Committee meeting last week when one of the ladies up on the panel said something about, or not on the panel, on the it was actually one of the lawmakers. She said something about her sister saw a drone on the side of the highway and it freaked her out. Why did it freak you out? Was it doing something crazy? Was it flying at your windshield? Was it, you know, dropping Play-Doh hand grenades? What was it doing to freak you out? If there was a drone in the air close to the highway, it's likely that it was uh, one of two types of drones that are permitted to be there, like a police drone, number one. They may have been monitoring traffic or they may have been currently uh, doing an operation. Number two, it could have been an infrastructure type of drone. It could have been surveying power lines. Um, it could have been number three, yeah, an agricultural drone. Who knows? Even if it was a giant, the biggest drone you'd ever seen in your life, it could have been one of the DJI agricultural drones. And there could have been a field right on the other side of the trees. And they could have been just, yeah, exactly like Guy Actual said. It could have been spraying down a crop. So that's the thing. It's so polarizing. If you see a drone, if people just see a drone, oh my God, I saw a drone. It's the Ukraine. No, it's not. It's probably your local police department doing their job. There is nothing wrong with seeing a drone in a public setting. 4th of July recently, we were downtown. We saw a drone. It was a police drone monitoring the crowds. Do I give a shit? No. Is it a liability? For them. There's a lot of Karens out there. There is a lot of Karens. Think Freely 2012 says, I saw an actual Predator drone about a week ago. Awesome. I would love to see a Predator drone. I think that would be. If any of you guys have access, get me access to the field so I can see that. I would love to see one of those in person. That thing, that's just, or any of those type of drones, man. I would love to see that shit. That'd be that would like seeing a bunch of drones like that for me would be like going to the zoo for like an 8-year-old. Seeing an elephant for the first time. Like can you imagine seeing like a global hawk, like the big ones? That would be cool. I'll be drone. Welcome to the chat. What's up, bro? Greetings out to Tijuana, brother. Where DJI will not be able to block its drones. We might have to have a road trip down to Tijuana to fly our DJI drones here in the next like 6 months. We'll have to find out. Stay tuned. We may all be visiting you, brother. So set up your landing pad. There will be about 218,000 people coming down to visit you. We just rolled over 218,000 subscribers on the channel. It's pretty awesome. I am very happy to be approaching 220,000. It seems like such a legit number of subscribers after all these years of hard work. Because just making a single video really is kind of an all day affair. Like you have to do a lot of legwork to make a drone video or review. It's a lot to it. And that's not even including, like, when things go wrong. You throw in things go wrong to the mix, and you won't even get a video out that day. And I've been try to produce 3 to 4 videos a week, and it is along with, like, childcare and all the rest of that stuff too, it's like, man, it's a lot. Um, Appreciate those comments on the Steve Stedham board back there yesterday. Someone made a comment about my Steve Stedham deck over there being pretty sweet. That is from the man himself. It's a Palm Peralta board. It was one of my first legit ramp boards when I was a kid. And that particular one sitting back there is a holographic version with his new graphics on it, kind of like the old school graphic remixed. And then he signed the bottom of it. So if you look on the bottom of that board, there's a signature on it. It says Steve Stedham 2023 on there. I love that thing. I wanted to hang it on the wall in the house, and I told Mrs. Camps that it was art. She didn't think it was art. The first thing she looked at it and said was, "It has a skull on it." I don't. Why is it so evil? It has a skull on it. I was like, everything in the '80s had a skull on it. That was cool. We used to draw. It was before everything was polarizing. We used to draw skulls on our notebooks and devil horns and all kinds of crap. It didn't mean that we were devil worshippers. Just skulls used to be cool before all the politically correct shit started happening. My God, it's cool. Metallica is cool. It's okay. It's still okay to be a man, by the way. We're not going to get into that. Rest in peace, our brother Hulk Hogan. Speaking of cool guys, absolutely. I heard that coming back on my commute this morning before a live stream. I heard that happened, and that was pretty shocking. I heard it on the radio. They were talking about it. And one of the guys was saying that he had been to WrestleMania. He was at the 1987 or 88 Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant match. And that was one of the biggest matches ever in WWF history. And rest in peace, Ozman as well. Man, two iconic dudes from my childhood and your childhood passed away this week. That sucks. I was really sad that Ozzy passed away. And I was actually in the middle of making a video for you guys, and Mrs. Camps burst through the door and was holding her phone and looked at me and said, "Ozzy Osbourne passed away." And I was like, fuck. And I had to go back to talking about drones. It's really weird. Yeah, that sucked, man. But this guy on the radio, he had said he had been to a bunch of matches when he was a kid. What a lucky guy, right? I mean, I grew up out on the islands. and we had waves and surfboards, and we had boats, and it was like living at summer camp year round, right? I had a lot of cool stuff like that, fishing, crabbing, and all that fun stuff. But I didn't have things like Major League Baseball games and being able to go see WWF. We watched it on TV, and we watched Hulk Hogan kick everybody's ass and do that thing with his mouth that he'd do when he get pissed. My uncle used to do that, and then he would kick all of our asses. And I remember sometimes when we were playing WWF in the living room, I'd get my head slammed or something, and I'd be, and then he'd say, "Shh, don't tell Grandma. She's gonna make us stop wrestling." I'd be, you know, "Shh, suck it up." I'd have to suck it up and get my ass kicked again. Good times. Yeah. Maybe we'll see a bunch of vaulted Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath videos come out on YouTube. Maybe Sharon will release some of those. That would be pretty awesome if they do that. That would be epic. I would love that. Um, yeah. I was watching one recently that was pretty well restored. They got a lot of Eagles restorations coming up on YouTube as well. I watch some of those sometimes. There's a really good 1974 Eagles remaster that's on YouTube. And I heard that Ozzy Osbourne sang for the Queen. One of his, I think one of his accolades that he appreciated was being able to sing for the Queen. I mean, because think about it, from where he came from, like in the rock genre, it wasn't really something in the early '80s or the late '70s that you would think would end up on the Queen's doorstep, right? I think they were trying to get rid of rock back in those days. They considered rock to be evil, and Iron Maiden to be worshiping the devil, and Motley Crue, and and Bark at the Moon. You know, back in those days, like Bark at the Moon was the album that I first got introduced to Ozzy. I used to ride the bus, and I had the Bark at the Moon album, and I would play it in the back as loud as I could get it. That and like Beastie Boys and uh, Quiet Riot. Come on, feel the noise. Crank that shit up. I recently played that for our kids, and they were like, one of the boys was like, just he was like, "What is this? Mental health will drive you crazy. Mental health will drive you mad." I feel like that's one of the best rock songs of all time. Oh my god. It's that freaking metal face mask. Silence of the Lambs don't have shit on that metal face mask. That shit was creepy looking. Like I had recently rewatched that video. I'm like, holy crap, that video is creepy. You should go watch it. But so badass. You know, the kids were like, "Who are these people?" Like, man, we used to have fun. We used to have fun. Take shit so seriously. We used to rock. I did not know that Guar still tours, but they play in Portland. Pretty much every tour they come through Portland. I've seen them come through here a bunch. Oh, Johnny D started Black Sabbath in the '70s. That's awesome, bro. Guar was one of those bands that I never really got into. I did enjoy watching their videos because it was so ridiculous. But what a lot. It's a lot of theater. this dude's are not devil worshippers. It's like it's like watching a movie. Like Black Sabbath is not like worshiping the devil, and Iron Maiden is not worshiping the devil. It's theater. Ozzy Osbourne saw theater. It's like I don't want to compare it to emo. I could never do that. And goth, for example. Like, I mean, some of these people that were into goth read like the what's that, Aleister Crowley or whatever, and some of the satanic books or whatever. Now we're probably going to get flagged on this video because I mentioned the word satanic. Probably not PC, for God's sakes. Watch out what you say nowadays. You could get PC flagged. You could get PC flagged for just walking down the street being white, especially white male. You know who you are, being a white male out there walking down the street. What the hell are you doing? You better make way. Oh, yeah, I don't say that name in public, especially in Portland and being white man. I ain't trying to get jumped by 15 people. I saw a guy in front of the ICE headquarters downtown doing a live stream. I mean, and I don't know if he's on their side or whose side he's on, but he was standing there wearing a bike helmet with some American flags on the side, and I thought, oh shit, he's setting himself up to get his ass kicked by, um, this people dressing all black. That's not a good idea, bro. Don't go downtown and start. Uh, and some of these people were upset that he was live streaming because they didn't want their faces shown, right? Sticking a phone, recording video to the internet in somebody's face that's doing a protest is dangerous these days. Not something that is safe for him. I don't know if they thought which side he was on, but some people had some words with him. I can think of a lot of other ways to enjoy a live stream than going and trying to live stream in the middle of some kind of protest, especially with the ICE stuff going on too. That's super polarizing. Avoid the drama. So I I do have a winner. I have a winner. I chose a name out of the videos. All the videos, I went through the videos, I looked through all the names, and I randomly came up with a name. And we should do it. We should do it. I'm gonna do this different this time. I'm gonna announce the winner. And here's a really fun, cool way to do this. All right. I'm gonna surprise you guys. My neck's going stiff from like leaning down too far. I need to bring the camera up. Got a good friend who's a masseuse. I need to go get that session. Too much computer work and like staring at the screen is definitely not good for the vertebrae. It's hard to like look in one direction. Yeah, we're gonna have a winner here, and I'm giving this quad away. I could keep this in flight for myself, you know, should the world should um, shit hit the fan. I would have this to fly because this will still fly, no matter if DJI gets banned. Look at that. The camera decided to focus. Look at that. This one has been flown before, obviously. Um, but still a very badass quad, with a nice stack, TPU mounts on the sides here. It's super low profile. Like, I was noticing how low profile this quad is. Like, um, when this quad was designed, it was designed by Neil Whitley, uh, and Whitney. When it was designed, there was a trend happening, with low profile quads. And look at that. The deck on this quad and the stack in there is pretty much equal with or lower than the motor bolts. That's pretty amazing. You could still slap a GoPro on top of this because it has enough rooftop to be able to put a mount on the top of it. So if you want to fly an action cam on this one, you can. The original retail on these builds was astronomically high. I thought that was the most insanely priced 5-inch in the world at $500, which I still think is a really crazy price for an analog drone. But Neil was able to get you guys to pay $500 for these. I'm in the wrong business on YouTube. I should be making $500 drones. Um, but this one does have the 6S motors on here. These are the Freedom HV motors. They're 2205, 1750 kV. So 1750, some of my favorite 6S rippers for FPV freestyle. So I would freestyle this one. It also has a crossbar on the front. I believe you can get cross braces for the back as well. If you want to get extra parts for this, Catalyst Machine Works is out of business. People are saying that on some of the video comments. They are out of business, but they got taken over by some folks over at Pyro Drone. So Pyro Drone's out of California, and they do have some Catalyst Machine Works parts and stuff on their website. I don't know if they still have the motors, um, but I would try to test. I would test this out, make sure everything is copacetic and working before I send it out to you. It does have a Crossfire receiver on here as well, so that's cool. It's ready to rock with Crossfire, or you can take that off and you can put some ELRS on there. Yeah, this thing is like, whatever your favorite supercar is, that is what this quad is in the FPV community. This thing is what everyone would love to have, and that's one of the reasons why I just wanted to give it away. Um, I still have another copy of this, by the way. That was my original one, that I built back when this came out. Yes, Crossfire. I'm still using Crossfire as my main receiver. Um, I appreciate you. South Carolina, is it South Carolina? SCS Racing Team, bro. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you being here for the live stream and the new content. Still going. Still going. Still going, no matter what. No matter what anybody says, fuck them all. Still going. Chicken mug. No, I just love it. I just I love I love YouTube still, and I've heard recently that um my phone is reading it, so um I'm gonna put you in the Faraday bag if you don't shut up. My phone got put on some kind of mode where it's like reading what's on the screen. It's really annoying. Yeah, it's all about the duck fart, right? Um, so I put the duck fart in the end of the news intro because I feel like news is a lot like a duck fart. Like, it comes out, it smells, it stinks like shit, and then it's gone. And then nobody cares. Nobody gives a damn. So that's why the duck fart's there. It's my feeling about modern news. It's so dispensable. Um, but for drone news, it's it affects us. It affects us all. Um, and I thought it was kind of funny. That's my own little animation. I animated that. That's 4 years worth of art school and video production degree that helped me animate a farting duck, and not even that great, but it's kind of funny. Big ups out to Ireland. I mean, we could all use some laughs, like for sure. I don't know what I could do to bring more comedy, more laughs to the channel, but if I had a way to like be able to bring some laughs to the channel, like some of my favorite content to watch is comedy. We watch a lot of stand up. Like at night when we're finally chilling after all of our chores, we'll turn on some kind of a comedy, like stand up. Your wife doesn't get the duck fart, or she doesn't get farts in general. It's funny. One of my uncles used to have a fart joke book, and he was an older World War II vet. Actually, he was in the he was in with Patton's tank brigade in World War II in in Berlin, raiding the last few Nazis in Berlin, getting rid of them. But yeah, he used to tell us all those jokes, fart jokes. He loved that shit. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do this, and we might do this next time this way to give away the next giveaway, the DJI FPV drone, w- of a bind and fly DJI FPV drone with either CADX or air unit or O3 or O4, one of those. Um, and so here's the fun thing: to announce the winner, I'm gonna make this interactive. Okay, this will be fun. This will be fun. So this involves all of you that are in the chat, and if you're not in the chat, I will I will type that name into the chat, but I'll also put it in a comment on this video and let the person know that they won at that person in the comments on this video. So if you're not currently present and you won, then you'll know because you'll get tagged, right? Um, because we can't really send messages on YouTube anymore, but I can at tag you in a comment, right? So I think we should do this. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to your YouTube channel, and I'm gonna make a comment on your own YouTube channel from my channel telling you that you won. And when I tell you that you won, you are going to reply with your email from your YouTube channel so that I know legitimately it is you, not some scammer trying to scam us for the America. So I'm going to drop that comment. Duck farts. Everybody let all their duck farts go at once for the winner. Let's get some duck farts going in the chat. And I'm going to comment on your channel and tell you that you won. So I have the winner, I have the name, and I have my comment ready to post. So I'm about to do that. at this very moment, but I'm creating suspense by leaving silence in between my commentary. Can we get some drone camps in the channel? Can we get some drone camps in the chat? Drone champs, duck farts, and drone camps in the chat. 12:48 p.m. My God, my phone is really screwed up. All right, let off the steam, you guys. Let off the steam. We're about to make somebody super happy, right? Somebody's about to be super happy, and all you guys should be happy because, like we always say, we're all winners, and it feels so good to do the giveaway again. I'm gonna box this thing up. First, I'm gonna test it with my radio, and then I'm gonna put it in a box. I'm gonna give you some props along with it. These are the Johnny FPV 5-inch props that were made for him. Super awesome props. Low profile, thin tips on the end, very smooth sounding props. This quad's gonna rip. It's a Stretch X style quad. Very easy 4-bolt top plate release. Get to everything in here. Already has capacitor on the back. And this is going to one of you guys. So now that we have all of the duck farts in the chat, I'm going to lay out some duck farts. Duck farts and likes. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this right now because I want to spread joy in the FPV community and show you guys that I'm not giving up on you. And that I want to keep positivity and some good stuff happening, right? Because fuck all the drama. All right. This is what we're here to do. This is what we're here to do. We're here to make somebody happy today. All right. So I'm gonna go right now. I'm gonna go off to the side of my screen here. I'm gonna drop into someone's YouTube channel, and I am about to make a comment. Okay, and this person has one video on his channel. The name has been chosen. And if you are the winner, if you have your YouTube channel, go to your YouTube channel now or your YouTube dashboard, look at your comments and see if you have a comment from Drone Camps. And if you have a comment and you're still in the chat or you are in the chat, not in the chat, you will see it commented on this video as well. The winner is now announced, and I have commented personally on his YouTube channel. Johnny D, I believe you won one of our giveaways, brother. I feel like I sent you a DJI drone at some point. Which one was it? Was it was it a mini? What was that? Congrats to the winner. We have a winner, and I don't so I actually saw the winner here in the chat. And I don't know if he's still in the chat right now. But we do have a winner. Everybody go check their YouTube page and see if you got a comment from Drone Camps on one of your videos. So I posted on his page, but it like YouTube censored me, and so I'm gonna post it again. All right, I posted it again. YouTube censored me on that channel. So I refreshed the page and I saw that my comment was not there. So I'm gonna sort to. All right, you guys go. All right. So I haven't seen him drop into the chat, but he was definitely in the room, which I thought was perfect. I did pick out his name before I started the live stream today. Me personally picked it, not a machine, because I feel like we should rely less and less on machines. Coming up, yeah, YouTube is such a nanny moderator. I think it's because I put the word giveaway or winner in my comment, and then it flagged and erased me or something. I don't know. So I made a comment on his video. Um, hey Ray, relax, Ray. We have a winner, Ray. His name is Guy Actual. Guy Actual is the actual winner of the Merica Success drone. So, Guy, congratulations, brother. This one is coming to your doorstep for me. For Reezy's. I'm paying the shipping. You don't have to pay a damn thing. Uh, it's all yours, bro. So I appreciate you. Appreciate you for watching. And I appreciate every single dude here in this chat. Like you guys have kept me going the last few months too with all of this crazy ass news coming down the pipe. It really feels like we have an awesome community with everything happening. It feels good to have like all the brothers around for all this crap. You know what I mean? So it's we're down to we're down to the very bottoms of the FPV hobby crowd because of so many people have walked away from all the sort of regulations that have come out. People are and with the news too, and it being so polarizing. But we're here for the fun, and you're gonna have fun with this, bro. So I'm gonna refresh his page now and just double check he's replied. All right, so he replied with his email, and if you don't want your email hanging out on the internet, what you can do is just go ahead and delete that comment now. I'm gonna I'm gonna Gmail you, and we'll send you an email right now, bro. All right, so you should be getting an email shortly. You should be getting an email that is going to come from Drone Camps. Freaking awesome. And so coming up in a couple days, we're going to announce which drone we're giving away, which DJI FPV drone we're going to give away. So that's going to happen. That is going to happen. I'm going to try to do that hopefully I can get it together by tomorrow. But if not, maybe over the weekend or Monday we'll start the brand new giveaway. And it's gonna be, a drone that's probably around the same retail price point as what we gave away today. Even though this one's analog, it's like a super primo uh, analog quad, probably the most expensive analog 5-inch in the world, right? It's insane how much these things cost. Uh, but Catalyst Machineworks is durable stuff. Look how thick the arms are. It's like these arms are like 6 mil or something like that. They're super thick. No, maybe, yeah, 5-6 mil, and with the cross brace, really durable. Really nice quads. You can punk that one across the ground and it'll fly away again. Guy, congratulations, man. Guy Actual said this may be the first thing I've ever won. Um, that's awesome, man. I'm glad I can make your day. The Dave S says the Eagle 2 with the O4 Pro is such a mismatch. It's a crazy pair up, right? I feel like it would definitely freestyle better if it had like the light on there. The Eagle 2 is a ripper. Even with the Pro on there, it's still a freaking ripper. It's crazy. Hey, yeah, Guy, man, I'm sorry to hear about your job, and if this can help you out in any way, whether you want to fly it, sell it, do whatever you want with it, it's yours now. So if you need to pay some bills or something with it, you can do that. Um, it's our gift. It's our gift to you. Whatever you have to do with it to bring you joy, even if you just want to hang it on the wall. Congrats, man. No way I'm selling it. Yeah. I've got drones too that I could really just sell and pay some bills with, but they're too damn cool for me to sell. I don't want to sell it, damn it. I think I'll sell my van before have to sell those drones. I have certain ones that I just love and I don't want to get rid of, like the Mark V. The Mark V happens to be my favorite 5-inch right now. If you can get yourself a Mark V, absolutely get one. Dodge FPV, pimp it out. Yeah, man, you could probably put some more TPU stuff on here. I would suggest maybe can't tell if this thing has. It looks like there's actually like a little bit of resin around the ends of the carbon here. You can see that texture right there. Some resin on the end. So I would suggest uh, seeing if you can find some aftermarket TPU bumpers for this quad and slapping some TPU bumpers on here for those like stupid landings. I mean, I still have those kind of stupid landings too. It also has LEDs on the bottom of it on the very back here, which is kind of cool. Um, you can probably tidy up these wires a little bit with some new electrical tape over the top of the arms. Just tidy up these wires, and you can reposition these crossfire antennas if you want to. I typically like to have them on like the back side of the quad so that when I'm raised up, whichever way, like on the FPV drone here, you could also do them on the front, but then they're in the crash zone. Typically, is Guy trolling? No, Guy Actual is not trolling. Guy Actual actually won this drone, and I'm gonna ship it to him. So FPV Candy, one of the things I was mentioning too was like, don't reply to anybody that comments back on your comment on these giveaway videos because they'll try to scam you for shipping money, and they might be doing that out of India or God knows where. FPV Candy, yes, people are seeing your chats. Guy Actual won. Super happy to be able to do that for you guys. All right, bro. I got your just to let you know, Guy, I got your email. If you're still listening, you're on the live stream. I did get your email. I have your address, and I feel like at some point maybe you got something from me before, because your last name, I remember because one of my family members has the same last name, but it's spelled differently. But yeah, brother, I'm glad I could hook you up, and yeah, hell yeah. This is what FPV is all about to me. It's just like getting all your friends involved and everybody all getting together. Heck yeah. Linus, the live stream is not over, but we are at the point in the live stream. We did announce the winner. The winner is Guy Actual. And the way we announced the winner this time was that we went on his actual page and made a comment that he won. Um, YouTube tried to censor me the first time around, and I refreshed the page and I saw that it had 0 comments because I used the word giveaway or something. So they flagged it, and so then I had to do it without saying the word giveaway. Um, and I think that's maybe how we'll do it next time too. I will comment on your YouTube channel because YouTube took away the ability for me to be able to message you or message each other on YouTube, which I mean, think they're trying to cut down on spam, but kind of sucks for things like this. Um, so yeah, I'll make a comment on your page and we can hook up with your legit email and then I can ship the quad to you. So the new giveaway is coming up. It's going to be a DJI FPV drone with either Air Unit, CADX, Vista, or O3 or O4, depending on what I pull up and what I think is a really awesome giveaway. I'm going to try to make it super special. And again, like try to make somebody happy here. Um, and that's what it's all about. Appreciate you. Thanks, Reb. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the compliment, brother. Now, I'd like to hang out longer, obviously. Um, but I've got to get into some more stuff I've got to do today. So I got some extra work to do, and I got to get lunch because right now it's 1 o'clock, and I haven't even had my first Cheez It today. So I'm way behind. I'm still drinking that last bit of coffee. I did want to let you guys know that one of our boys wants to do he's really wanting to do a live stream like down by the river while we're bass fishing. So I don't know if you guys would be into some drone talk and some bass fishing and some live bass fishing on the channel, but we've been fishing all summer and I've taught him how to catch bass. I mean, we're he's using worms at this point, but I'm showing him kind of where to be, um, and he is super into it. The last time we went fishing, he caught 10 fish, and I caught one. So some people just catch fish, and other people just catch a lot of fish. And I think he's one of those people that just catches a lot of fish. Um, So he's about 9 and he is super stoked on it. So if we're out by the river sometime, we have awesome bass fishing out here on the West Coast and heck yeah. So we love it. I love bass fishing. Um, heck yeah. So maybe you guys can join us on that one. I'll if I do it, what I'll do is I'll schedule it and let you guys know in advance. that that's coming up, and we'll all hang out again, and we'll do something fun next time, and who knows? Maybe we'll do a bass fishing live stream giveaway. The next one, who knows? And maybe I'll find something in Cabela's that I could give to you guys. Maybe I should give away some fishing lures along with the next drone. That'd be kind of cool. Give away a Apollo or something like that. Some crankbaits. It's summertime. Fishing's here, brothers, and quad flying. So get out there and fly today. And yeah, stay positive, you guys. Trying to spread some positive vibes in the hobby, and just do good things. Do good things, and um, keep that positivity going, because we really, really need it right now with all the crazy ass shit in the world. The world's nuts out there. So I'm about to just stop watching the news altogether. The legacy news media just sucks ass lately. Um, doesn't do anything but, it's like an abusive. I told Mrs. Camps yesterday, watching the news recently, and I think in the past like 2 3 years, it's just gotten so stressful to know about kind of global and national news that it's almost like abusive relationship in a way, where you take that abuse, but then you come back for more, right? You just keep coming back for that same type of abuse every single day. And doesn't that seem to doesn't isn't that bad for us to take that all the time? Don't you think that's bad all the time, taking that shit all the time? I'm getting kind of tired of taking that shit myself. So I'm gonna figure out another way. Maybe another way to get the news, right? It's got to be another way. And maybe just focus on other things, and like just bass fishing, and hanging out with kids, and flying drones and making videos for you guys. But yeah, take a break from all the bad news, and focus on the positive. The positive is just not quite as popular as it used to be, right? So hell, there's nothing wrong with that. You guys rock on. Rest in peace, Ozman. Rest in peace, Hulkamania. Hulk and Oz are doing some wild shit up in heaven today. So prayers going up for all their families, and all of you guys too. I love you guys. And as always, take care of you guys. Be well out there. And congratulations, Guy. We will see you